coin enthusiasts out there. It is I, Dax Collects, and welcome to part 3 of this personal collection of coins. Last time in part 2, we took a look at everything in this bowl. Besides this, we actually looked at these in part 1 and the collection books below, and they already have post-it notes with their total value for each one. Now this time, we're going to take a look at this Ziploc bag. We have some more Morgan dollars inside. And even, whoa. Did one of those Morgan dollars have a CC mint mark on the reverse? Let's do a rewind. Inside. And even some coins inside of 2x2 coin holders. Special coins. Ooh, very exciting. We'll also take a look at these dollar bills. We'll take a look at these coins. Looks like we got the American Silver Eagles in stunning condition. Since they're pretty new, they look pretty good. And then looks like we have some world coins in here. And finally, we'll take a look at this. So that's all we're looking at today. And in part 4, we'll go ahead and take a look at all of these medicine bottles here. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, let me show you guys this. It's kind of interesting to see an Eisenhower dollar here, like as a clip for the dollar bills. But look at these. You have the $2 green seals. There's several of them that I see. The serial numbers aren't anything too special. Now, I personally do not collect dollar bills myself, but I can see this being fun if you know what you're looking for. More $2 bills. These must all be green seals here. Green. Bunch of green seals. And then look at these. Look at this old dollar bill. $10. And it's got a lime seal. And it says series of 1934. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure the price of this one. And then just behind that, we have a blue seal, $1 bill, silver certificate. Series 1957A. And then another blue seal, silver certificate. Oop, forgot one. Look at this one. This one is a red seal, silver certificate. Oh, man. Series 1935A. Then we have another blue seal, silver certificate, 1935D. We have a Star Note blue seal, 1957. A red seal $2 bill, 1953. Another 1953 red seal $2 bill. And then another 1953 red seal $2 bill. We're going to take a look at these special coins last. Let's take a look at these world coins. Now, if anything stands out from this collection, let me know down in the comments section. I'm not particularly a world coin enthusiast, but it sure will be nice to learn about some world coins with you all. So the first one here we're going to take a look at is Queen Elizabeth II laureate portrait on the obverse, and on the reverse, 1959 South Africa. Huh. Not entirely sure of the value of that coin. Take a look at more of these. Maybe that might be something that stands out. We'll see. 1944 centavos from Mexico. There's that mint mark right there. And there's the obverse. It's a Mexican coin from 1944. Yep, definitely going to do some research on this coin. Can't really give a value right away. Let's keep on going. Ooh. Look at this coin. Another Mexican coin. 1924. I'm not sure if this coin's composed of silver. It might be. Looks neat. Could be composed of silver. Now, if there's Canadian coins, I might have a better idea of what those are. Take a look at the next one. 1937 Ecuador coin. Huh. Very fascinating. 1 penny from 1944. Large penny, too. And here's King George VI on the obverse. Don't really know the origin of this coin either. Let's keep on going. This is a very worn down coin. You can barely make out the obverse. Looks like Queen Elizabeth II once again. But man, I can barely make out what it is. Now, what's this little guy? I'm going to say it's from France. 10 francs, 1955. Let's see what else we got in here. So we have a Germany coin with an F mint mark. This must be a mark coin. It is. 1 mark from 1963. Now, this is very interesting. Good for one fare. Los Angeles Railway. I find that fascinating, huh? A little neat piece right there. 1959. Maybe Greece. What's this one? Tax on purchase. 10 cents or less. A tax token. State of Washington. I've never heard of that before. Looks like we have another Mexican coin. 1936. Now, here's something I know. Looks like we have a Canadian quarter from 1951. So this coin is composed of silver. Has King George VI on the obverse. That's a fantastic coin. Take a look at some more. Missouri sales tax receipt. Ask me what this is. I have no idea. Take a look at the next one. King George VI. 2 Annas, India, 1940. What do we got here? Another KG6 obverse. 1 Anna from India, 1940. Ooh, look at this little guy. Looks like Edward the Seventh. Wow. This has got to be a really old coin. It is. 1907 Canadian. That is phenomenal. A 5-cent Canadian piece, and it's so small. Look at how small this coin is. For a 5-cent piece, that's almost about the size of a dime here in the US. Actually, smaller than that. That's a nice piece. Very impressed. Very, very impressed. Got a few more in here. Take a look at some more. For all you world coin enthusiasts, you ever want to see what sort of coins he has? Here they are. 1919, I would say Netherlands. 2.5 cents. I always find it strange that they would put a coin for a cent value that's like half. Found that strange. 1871. Whoa. A very old coin. I can't really say where this is from. We have a 1926 KG5 coin from India. 2 Annas. What do we got in here? Wow. Never seen this coin before. From 1879. That's an old coin. I'm sure some of you folks who are watching this video will know what this is. Next up, we have another Indian coin. 1 Anna from 1945 with KG6 on the obverse. Not very much left. A Mexican coin from 1893. Un centavo. Oh, man. That's a beautiful coin. This one is a Philippines. It says Central Bank of the Philippines. 1962. We got a 1967 Colombia coin. 1 centavo. And a half cent. Always found that interesting. 1898 from the Netherlands. Coin from France, I assume. 50 centimes, 1932. I see a Canadian. A pretty beat up Canadian here. 1949, maybe? With KG6 on the obverse. We have another Mexican coin. Looks like a 1 centavo coin. 1940. Sales tax token from Kansas. Okay. Balboa. I want to say it's Panama. 1932. And then Ecuador from 1944. 20 centavos. That was fun. Got to see some nice world coins, especially some silver, which is phenomenal. Now let's take a look at these American Eagles. So these are probably from like the 2000s or the 2010s. They're in the case already, which is fantastic. Look at these beauties. A whole ounce of fine silver. And then another American Eagle. 2005 this time. Not too shabby. And another one from 2006. Nice pieces right here. These would be a great buy back in 2004 to 2006. Especially now that silver has significantly increased in value over the past decade and a half. Excellent coins. I'm the most excited for this one. Special coins. Well, let's take a look at how special these coins really are. I actually almost forgot about this guy. I can't believe it's not butter. Well, let's see what we got here. Looks like a bunch of war nickels in here. Definitely nice pieces. Right here. Look at all those war nickels. Between the years 1942 and 1945. Nice stash. These go for about $1.90 each. I see a bunch of 1909s in here. Look at that. We have a Indian head from 1909, VF. That's VF 20. 1909. Does it have an S? It does not. A 1909 S would be even better. That's a nice piece. 1923 S in G grade. It does have a significantly low mintage, 8.7 million. And yeah, look at that. In a G4, it goes for 750. And if you find in a mint state, it's 250. Is it a G though? Let's see. Let's inspect the reverse. I'd say better than a G, maybe a VG. Maybe between VG8 and fine 12. All right. Oh, look at this. The classic 1909 VDB, which has an F on it. That means fine. Here's the Red Book, a great guide for any newcomers. So we have a 1909 VDB with a mintage of 28 million roughly. And as you can see, it's not the most valuable coin. It goes for only $10 in a 512. And even high examples only go for 30. But definitely a nice collector's piece. This was the very first year that the Lincoln penny was minted. And they still have the Lincoln pennies today in 2025. Now, look at this beauty. Oh my goodness. 1886 O in AU condition. Yeah, I'd definitely put it in AU. Looks like it says $70. All right, here's 1886 O with a mintage of 10.7 million. Look at how much the value of this coin jumps. The higher the grade. Look at this. 150,000 for an MS-65. I can't believe that. I would be very proud if I owned this coin. This coin is absolutely special. Very special. Well done. Now we'll take a look at the next one. We have another VDB. You can see the initials right there. We have a 1909. Philadelphia. Next up, we have a Liberty Head V-Nickel from 1909. Right here. Not in the worst shape. I'd say maybe fine is the right grade for sure. Maybe VF. Maybe not. Yeah, that's a pretty good grade for that. Now, get ready for this, folks. Look at this beauty. 1877 Seated Liberty. I'd definitely give it a G, a good condition. So G4 with an S mint mark. And oh yeah, this is also a quarter for those of you that don't know. 1877 S with a mintage of just below 9 million is about a $30 coin. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. $30 coin. An excellent, excellent piece. There's still more to go here. Let's grab the next handful of 2x2s. Ooh, we are starting off with a banger. A first year Mercury dime from 1916 S. VG is the grade that someone wrote down for an approximate grade. Yeah. Has the S mint mark right there. Definitely worn down for sure. VG, maybe low VG, high G, I would say. 1916 S. Doesn't really go for too much. $4 to $6. Then we have this Indian head penny from the year 1890 in G. Now for the Indian head pennies, they're not going to be worth too much for a low grade. So you can see only $3 to $4. This is the 1890 with 57 million minted. But high grade examples go for about 100, close to it. They also include varieties as well that you can check if you have these certain years. So the double date 1894, pretty valuable at an MS63. And 1888 last 8/7, that's a lot. And they'll even show you what they look like. Next up, we have the reverse of a Standing Liberty quarter from 1925. Definitely has nice historic value for it being so old. Oh, 1945 Micro S. Yeah, that is a Micro S. Now, it doesn't really make it more valuable unless it's in mint state condition. Still a nice variety to have. Okay, and next up, oh man. Here's the first one of these that we're going to look at today. Look at that mint mark, folks. CC. That stands for Carson City. They usually command high premiums for whatever CC they are. 1883 CC. All right, take a look. So just look at these CC prices. 1878 CC goes for a lot. 1879 CC goes for a bunch as well. I mean, look at the vintage compared to the 1879 Philadelphia. 14 million versus 756,000. Wow. You have a bunch of 1880 CCs here. There's the 80/79, 8/7, 8 high 7, 8 low 7. There's so many varieties for that. You just take a look at these mintages. 591,000. And then compare that to the O for 5 million and the San Francisco with 9 million. 1881 CC, only 296,000. That is not a lot of coins. 1882 CC with 1 million minted. Here we have the 1883 CC with a mintage of 1.2 million, 165 for a VF20. Which, if this coin is in VF condition, that's some crazy good money. It's an absolute honor to go through this collection of coins. It's phenomenal. And you thought we were done with CCs? Well, we are not. We have an 1891 CC in fine condition, looks like. Arguably could be very fine. Maybe. But I think fine's a good grade. And there's the CC mint mark. And then another one here, 1890 CC with a VG grade. Now, you won't believe this. Here's what the 1890 CC and 1891 CC are going for right now. $200 in a very fine 20, and $175 for a very fine 20. Those two coins we just saw probably would not get those grades. Probably more in the F12 category. Still very beautiful coins. Okay, here we have some more Morgans to share. We have a Philadelphia, 1878, a first year. Next up, we have an 1891, New Orleans, 1899, New Orleans, another 1899 from New Orleans. Here's another New Orleans coin from 1891, another New Orleans coin from the same year, and an 1891 New Orleans coin once again. And then I see something else in there. There's actually a couple things in here still. 1919 Mercury dime from the San Francisco Mint. And then this one is 1907 Philadelphia. Has a price for $1.35 on there. And then we have a 90% silver coin. It's a Washington quarter. I can see the year, 1964. Wow, those were very special coins for sure. Holy moly. Especially those Carson Cities. Let's count how many Carson Cities there are here. 1, 2, 3. So there's a total of 3 Carson Cities inside of that Ziploc bag. So that's all the coins from that special coin Ziploc bag. That was fun. So now that we've checked everything for this part, I'll go ahead and do some research on these coins and give you guys an overall value of all the coins that we just saw today. So I will see you guys in about a second. Okay, I've been researching these coins for a whole day. Took me quite a while to figure out the prices for all of the world coins. I basically just looked at eBay listings under the sold items, and whatever that item sold for is the price I gave it. So I have all the bills as well with their value, and even all the war nickels in the I can't believe it's not butter container. So there's a total of 51 war nickels in here. So that's 51 times $1.90 for $96.90. And then next up, we have the world coins. I have it at a total value of $114.30. Now, the main coins that I found that were the most valuable were the 1924 72% un peso from Mexico. So it's literally just this big coin. This coin is composed of 72% silver. And then another one I found that was valuable, this little guy here. The 1907 Canadian 5-cent piece, worth about $8. It does contain silver. And even that 1951 Canadian quarter, composed of 80% silver, worth $6. And finally, another piece that is worth something is the 1871 20 kopecks from Russia. It is composed of 50% silver, worth about $10. Some beautiful coins inside of this Ziploc bag. And that's the estimated value. And then we have the 3 American Eagle silver dollars. I basically just value these coins at $35 each for 105 in total. Now we go on to the dollar bills. I have the total value at $174. There were two that really stood out. The 1935A Red Seal Hawaii note, worth about $25. And the 1934 Lime Seal, or technically light green seal, $10 bill, also worth $25. Everything else here, around $5 to $10 each. And then the special coins. I have it at a total value of $810. And the main highlights, the 1883 CC, the 1890 CC, and the 1891 CC. And pretty much a close estimate of what I saw on eBay for sold listings. Definitely some excellent collector's pieces inside of this Ziploc bag, and definitely special. So for part 3, the total value of all the things we looked at today and yesterday totaled out to be $1,300.20. That gives us a grand total for all of these coins and these dollar bills at $4,820.36. And we still have all these medicine bottles left to go through. And I will save that for part 4. So let me know what you guys think down below of this collection. Did you find any of these coins interesting? And even the dollar bills? Did I miss anything? Let me know. And with that, I will see you guys for part 4 of this personal collection. Now, let's go ahead and conclude the video right here. So thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Dax Collects, and I'll catch you guys on the flip. Good luck hunting, everyone, and have a good one. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you want to check out another video, click on the bottom left corner. See you guys next time.